Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormus back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another ranking video. Today we're going to be ranking all of the MCU Phase 4, and yeah, let's get into it. There's like, what, 14, 15 projects here, something crazy like that, so yeah, I got them in order of release date, I believe, so let's start it off. Yeah, like I said, we'll get right into it. So Black Widow, one of my least favorite movies of Phase 4, which I have ranked a 68 out of 100. I think it is decent, and that's about it. Don't think it needs to be made. I will continue to say that, and I will continue to say that it is the worst Black Widow movie that we have, because, well, there's Infinity War, Endgame, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Iron Man 2. There's plenty of other much better Black Widow movies to watch, in my opinion, but with that being said, let's move on to WandaVision, which is one of my favorite shows so far the MCU has produced. A 91 out of 100 for me. A lot of people say that the last two episodes are very rushed and not that great. I really like the last two episodes, especially the final episode. One of my favorite scenes in all of MCU TV is the two Visions talking about the ship of Thesis. Is that what it is? I think. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, that's one of my favorite scenes in any Marvel show. So, yeah, really, really awesome. Love that. It's the first two episodes that kind of drag for me. So, with that being said, let's move on to The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I have a 74 out of 100. I think it's a good show. Obviously, there are some very big bright spots to this, such as Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Kurt Russell, Chris Russell. No, what is it? Fuck. What's his name? I'm gonna search this up real quick. Is it Chris? No. What is it? Fuck. Wyatt Russell. Sorry, my bad. All right. Yeah. Anyways, those three are of course fantastic. Really don't care for Emily Van Camp in this, and the villain is fucking garbage. So with that being said, let's move on to one of my favorite things from all of Phase 4, one of my favorite things from the MCU, just outside of my top 10 MCU things. We have Loki, which I have a 94 out of 100. Absolutely love this. Love this show. Love everything about this show. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Season 2 was even better. I'm so excited for Kang, but with that being said, we move on to What If, and I'm pretty high on What If. I have talked about this before, but I really like What If. I think it is great, which I rank an 83 out of 100. I think this show was very underrated, and it's one of the better shows that they put out. That episode between the Watcher and Ultron fighting is fucking incredible. It's awesome. It's just a full anime episode, and I love it. Anyways, we move on to my favorite project from Phase 4, which is Shang-Chi, which I have ranked a 100 out of 100. Like I said, my favorite project from Phase 4, my favorite project of pretty much anything in the MCU. This is my third favorite movie in the MCU, so third favorite project in the MCU, I can even say. So yeah, let's move on though to the Eternals, or just Eternals, which I also have an 83 out of 100, but I do prefer What If. I think What If is better than Eternals, but overall I still think Eternals is great. And honestly, I think I like this movie more and more each time I watch it. I still think that this movie would benefit as a like 9-episode TV series instead of a show, but what can you do? Anyways, we move on to Hawkeye, which I have an 85 out of 100. I think it is very, very great as well. I really, really enjoy it. I think it's a little bit better than What If, a little bit better than Eternals. I don't understand the hype for Haley Steinfeld. I think, again, Yelena Carey's in this, but I really like Clint in this. Hawkeye is really, really awesome in this. So, yeah, with that being said, let's move on to Spider-Man No Way Home, which I do think is amazing, but I do think it is worse than WandaVision, which is probably a big hot take, one of the biggest hot takes so far in this video. But yeah, I think it's amazing, but I think it's the worst of the Tom Holland trilogy. Yeah, I mean, I just think this movie gets worse and worse every time I see it, every time I watch it, I should say. And that's unfortunate, just because of how great it is. One thing I really noticed about this movie upon rewatch the first time is how bored I was knowing that the other Spider-Men were coming. I'm like, wow, I feel like nothing is happening and I just want to see them. So, yeah, very interesting. But, anyways, let's move on. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I also have this ranked a 91 out of 100, so it's right on par with WandaVision. I just give WandaVision the edge. So, with that being said, we move on to Moon Knight, which is a little bit better than The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I have at a 77 out of 100. Again, unfortunately, some of these later MCU projects, I just haven't gotten around to watching them again because I'm not really in any rush to watch them again. Moon Knight, I'm in no rush to watch for a second time because I really didn't enjoy it that much. I think it's good, but didn't enjoy it that much. Miss Marvel, similarly, I actually think it's great, but again, I'm in no rush to rewatch it. She-Hulk, I am absolutely in no rush to rewatch, and Werewolf by Night, I do want to rewatch, and Wakanda Forever, I really want to rewatch. So, anyways, let's continue on with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is one of my favorite things from Phase 4. No. It is above WandaVision, above No Way Home for me. Really, really love this movie. And yeah, I think it's a little overhated. I don't think it's talked about enough either, to be fair. I don't see many people talking about it. Yeah, and I think the two Doctor Strange movies are absolutely incredible. So, with that being said, I don't know why I'm out of breath, but with that being said, let's move on to Miss Marvel, which I actually have a little bit above What If and Eternals. So I have What If and Eternals at 83, Miss Marvel at 84, and Hawkeye at 85. So Miss Marvel, it was a pretty great show the first time around. Dialogue was kind of shitty, but apart from that, overall, I thought it was a decent show, or I thought it was a great show, I should say, but yeah, I do want to give this a rewatch because I wouldn't be surprised if this goes down or goes up. So only time will tell. But with that being said, let's move on to Thor: Love and Thunder, which I currently have at a 79 out of 100. So it is the top of the good tier for me. I do think it's good. I think it's entertaining. Gore is incredible, in my opinion. I think he's one of the best villains from recent memory in the MCU, I should say. Sorry. And yeah, obviously the use of colors in this movie is fantastic, and I think the soundtrack is incredible as well. I don't give a lot of movies I guess, I don't know, the attention to soundtracks that some movies definitely deserve, but I think Thor: Love and Thunder deserves that because it's a really great soundtrack. So with that being said, we'll move on to one of my least favorite things I've ever watched in my life, which is She-Hulk. I think it is absolutely terrible. I rated a 37 out of 100, and I wouldn't be surprised if I lowered it by the time I watch it again. So, yeah, I had pretty much zero redeeming qualities for myself. I really like episode 1, 4, and 9. Even episode 8 with Daredevil, I mean, it was good, but in my opinion, wasn't anything crazy. So, yeah, with that being said, we'll move on to Werewolf by Night, which, again, similarly to a lot of these projects, I have at a 91 out of 100. I think it's better than No Way Home. I think it is... actually, I have it ranked at a 91, so it's right on par with pretty much all of these projects here. Multiverse is a 92, WandaVision, Werewolf, and No Way Home is all at a 91. I'm just trying to think if I like Werewolf by Night more than WandaVision. I think I do. So we'll put that just like that. Anyways, yeah, there we go. So then on to my second favorite movie from Phase 4 so far. Who knows, subject to change if I watch it again, of course. Only time will tell, but that will be the list for today's video, guys. I have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever currently at a 93 out of 100, and that is subject to change, of course, alongside a couple things. I mean, obviously, anything on this list could change. To be fair, when I first watched Shang-Chi, I had it at a 94. I wasn't a big fan of Awkwafina's character in it, but I've just grown to love absolutely everything about this movie, and it's just grown to become a 100 out of 100 for me. So it's very possible that that changes and it goes down. It's very possible I end up liking She-Hulk more upon second rewatch. It's very possible I like Moon Knight more on second rewatch. It's very possible I like Werewolf by Night less on, I'm just giving examples. I'm not saying some are going to get better, some are going to get worse. It's just my rankings are always changing, and this is what my rankings are currently looking like. So let me know your guys' favorite projects from the MCU Phase 4. My top 3 are Shang-Chi at number 1, Loki at number 2, Wakanda Forever at number 3, Multiverse at number 4, and Werewolf by Night at number 5. So, again, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.